Hey everybody, welcome to Mom Said. My name is Gabe Gibbs.
And you'll never know my name.
Her name is Allie Gibbs. And this is a podcast made by 3 adult siblings.
But it's not about that.
But it's not about that. In fact, it's often about that. It's always about that. Although was this one about that?
No, this one I opened. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Oh,
Trigger
this
warning.
one is...
Trigger warning, I opened
Bummer.
talking about sort of like my existential dread and the
episode.
passage of time. But we turn it around.
Say that sentence again to the listener so they know what they're getting into. You opened the podcast how?
Well, I had a dream about the passage of time. You'll see. But then, don't worry, it turns around. We wind up talking about cinnamon rolls and monkey bread. So hang in there, gang.
You'll be all right.
Don't give up on us, gang.
Don't give up on us. We
Grant,
appreciate you. Grant, hit it.
Mama said.
Welcome back to Mom Said. We did just take a photo
of Grant's
butt. Are we gonna get? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if we post that? If we post that as
a photo of Grant's butt, I would never post that.
I'm saying to the Mom Said page.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is,
do we get flagged and do we get in trouble?
I don't know, but what I'm saying is that I like the people who are on our page, and I don't want them to have to see that. I care about them too much.
You don't want them to see him cheeks?
It's gross to see.
Nah, I'm impressed by those cheeks.
Can I tell
Proud
you
of
guys?
those cheeks, bro. You got those cheeks, bro. Way to go ahead. Go ahead and have those cheeks, bro. Thanks.
I actually don't.
Way to have those cheeks, bro.
Actually, yeah, sure. You guys can have that moment.
I'm feeling very middle school today.
No, I know, because you've been making jokes about poo-poo.
Poo-poo.
Right.
I'm feeling very poo-poo, pee-pee, doo-doo, stinky. Like not
quick
elevated.
question.
Not elevated like this podcast is meant to be.
I'm feeling extremely elevated,
This
so
is
I'm
an
wondering
elevated
which
podcast.
one of us is going to change.
Neither of us.
You think I'm going to stay up in the clouds and you're going to be down playing in the mood?
Yeah, I'm going to play in the mood always.
We're going to be in 2 different realms. The camera can't even catch us both like that. We're going to be
that's
out
the work of
frame.
producer Grant, brother/producer Grant. You know this because you just listened to the intro, but this is a podcast with adult siblings. We all live in the same town, and that's kind of insane because we didn't start in the same town.
We don't all live in the same town anymore. Gabe's moved to San Diego, California for a couple of weeks.
For a couple of months.
Pew, 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 pew. Bye,
I worked to
Gabe.
San Diego.
Now-
I'm doing a show at the Old Globe Theater that opens in April, which is...
Old Globe.
Yeah. There's not even a new one, bro. They just named it the old one, and I don't even think there's a new one.
What's on the
also
Old
there's a
Globe?
There's a Globe in London, but that one's the Globe. And then obviously the one in San Diego
is
came
not.
later.
Totally.
So why is it the Old Globe?
I don't know.
I don't either, but it's interesting.
Can I tell you about a dream I had that I feel like is sort of, speaking of being not in a poo-poo pee-pee mood, this dream is sort of indicative of where my head's been at lately.
Which is?
I had a dream the other night.
Do you want to describe it? Do you need underscoring for your dream?
Sure, because it might get a little too serious if we don't make it into a
Silly song. I mean, you don't necessarily have to sing. I'm just saying.
A silly song. Oh, like you underscore me telling my dream?
Yeah.
All the dream was me walking around trying to figure out with the people I was talking to why it was already October. And everyone was saying to me, time goes by really fast, Allie. It's October. And I was saying, no, it was just the beginning of the year. It couldn't possibly be October already. And everyone in the dream kept being like, Allie, the older you get, the faster time goes by. You're going to have to get used to time going by this quickly. And it was scaring me and it was making me sad because it was feeling like years were passing by like in the flash of a month. And I could feel time moving really quickly and it was making me feel panicked. And Mom was in the dream and she kept saying to me, this will only get worse as you get older. Time passing so quickly. And then I awoke in the morning, and out my window I said, "Boy, what day is it?
What day is it? Boy,
What day is it?" And he said, "Why? It's February."
Why it's February, sir.
And I said, "Oh, good. So there's still time."
They did it. Of course they did it. The ghost can do it all in one night.
Can I?
Here's
don't you
the thing.
think-
First of all, let me just address one thing after you telling that story of your dream. First of all, bummer.
Right, totally.
Bummer way to start the whole episode. Bummer.
But I just wanted to tell you what I'm going through, and that is that I'm feeling I have for my entire life, and Grant, you might be similar to this, felt some level of existential dread about the passage of time. It always felt like it was passing too quickly, and just the idea of time passing
Too
kind
quickly?
of freaks me out. Yeah.
You've always felt that way, even as a kid? And also, just another quick sidebar. Bummer.
Just
dude.
time itself
Bummer.
is a spooky, scary concept, and it makes my chest tight. No? You?
Not lately. Hey Grant, what's your relationship? Welcome back to this Mom Said podcast. Grant, what's your relationship to time?
What is your relationship to time?
Why don't you go ahead and give us your relationship to time in this Silly Goose comedy podcast that's supposed to be just a bunch of siblings farting around?
Guys,
Grant, go ahead, give me your relationship to time.
I want to talk about quantum physics.
What's your relationship to time?
Lately, I've been feeling like people always talk about life being short. It's long, bro.
It is long.
It's long.
It is long.
What do you mean by this? Expand.
I just think about the way I've changed and the way the world has changed from, I'm 25 right now, from 15 to 25. That's 1 decade.
Yeah.
Right.
I get like 9 of those.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
so
If you're lucky,
much.
King.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh my God, I still have 5 more years until I'm 30. So much can happen
Right.
in 5 years.
Yes.
And I get like 15 more of those 5-year increments.
I know.
Life
You're right.
is long.
I
Yeah.
was talking to a guy at
Especially
a
if
party
you
last night.
Try to actively be present and
Yeah.
changing and doing new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then life is long.
Perhaps life will feel longer to me if I disengage from wanting to hold so tightly to time. That will be the last thing I say about it. I was at a party last night, and there was a guy who told me he was 26 years old. And I said, we were talking about our careers. And I was like, oh, I'm 30. And I was like, I've got a lot on you career-wise, because he was feeling embarrassed that his job wasn't that good.
So you said I've got a lot on you career-wise?
No. I was saying
How does that help this young man?
No, he was feeling embarrassed that his job wasn't that good. And I said, I've been working for 4 years longer than you have. You know how much you will accomplish in the next 4 years? A
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
No, I was encouraging him. I was like, 4 years is a long. He's like, you're not that much older. And I'm like, totally.
And
but
you're
also,
like, you're right. Loser!
get a better job. No, I was like, no, 4 years of work? That's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
That's crazy.
That is a
You're
lot of
going to
work.
accomplish so much. And you, the listener, don't worry about time passing, and don't worry about your parents getting older. Just think about all the
Damn.
stuff you're going to accomplish.
We weren't worried about parents getting older until you brought it into it.
Totally. You guys, do you think I'm bringing the
bummer?
vibe down?
A bummer. Dude.
It's a good thing I'm so...
It's a good thing this weekend is St. Patty's Day.
They're magically delicious. Hey, wait, real quick. Is this inappropriate, what we're doing?
I think we can take this culture. I don't think it's
we're
a problem.
Scottish.
We're Scottish, but Americans don't know the difference, and they will not come after us.
Okay, then let's sing. Flipping your feet around on the ground.
Flipping your feet around the ground. Flipping your feet around the ground. It's St. Patty's Day.
We've been drinking our green beers. Happy St.
Happy
Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patrick's Day, everybody.
What
Grant?
did he do?
Saint Patrick.
He flipped his feet around on the
He
ground.
flipped his feet and around the ground, and he did his thing and around the ground.
I think that's Scottish accent that you're doing, actually.
Saint Patty
There you go.
was
Come on, you got it.
Saint Patty was the kind of guy who he came to the island of Ireland. Oh, bad.
No, that's fine.
Came to the
that was
island.
good.
And as the story
we
goes-
know what's good and what's not good. So
As the story goes, the way he took care of the people of Ireland,
Orland.
whatever, I'll find it. As the story goes, St. Patty came in. There were a bunch of snakes. Slipped out of it. There was a bunch of snakes on the island, and I guess he kicked them all out.
You know
I
what?
don't know how he got them out of there, but he kicked all the snakes out of
He
Ireland.
would be your hero because Gabe is very famously extremely afraid of snake.
Famously.
Famously to
World
me,
known. World known.
Gabe is such a little baby about snakes. It's
That's not what
crazy.
you wanted to say.
I know, but I'm trying to steer clear of using that word derogatorily.
But what about if it's for your stupid brother?
I can come up with other ways to bring you down.
What she wanted to say was Gabe is a little...
Stop.
Oh, it's the first 10 minutes so you don't want to do a curse.
Not only that, but the word that we're omitting,
You're trying to class up this joint?
those should be trying to class up the joint. One.
Impossible.
Okay, ready? You can say it. Gabe's a little... Wait, no.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, I thought you were saying bitch.
Yeah, I thought you were going to bitch.
Oh, I was gonna say
This is fun. I didn't know you had it beeped.
I still
know you had a
whispered because I
beep.
got nervous.
You whispered it in there.
Well, I just wanted to say that that thing is something else, and it's actually quite strong.
I'm not really ever interested in using the word you're describing, which is the word...
What baby come out of?
Yeah, babies come out of a... I also whispered because I didn't want to say
Yeah,
it.
'cause it's bad.
It's bad. I don't like that word as a curse, but I don't mind bitch.
Right. Okay. So Gabe is really afraid of snakes. So if a St. Patrick like figure were to come and save Gabe from a snake, he would drink green beer for the rest of his
I'd
life.
drink green beer for the
man.
rest of my life, and I'd chase down any short little leprechaun I saw to thank him.
Is that what we're supposed to be doing
To
with
thank him.
leprechauns? Thanking them? I thought they were supposed to be leaving us gold.
Are they mischievous, or are they... Do they do like a Elf on the Shelf thing, or am I mixing up my short mythologicals?
Now, they don't go by short mythologicals anymore. They go by
Little mythologicals.
Stop!
You did it.
No!
You led the horse to water, and what was I to do but drink?
But they give it, no, what they do is they chase the rainbow and then they have gold coins made of chocolate that they leave for little children in their shoes.
What? Yeah, sure. But it's not.
Leprechauns.
But they're not up to no good. There's no like gifts or coal. It's
Yeah.
just gifts.
I just want to say that one time I met an Irish rugby player who was 6'8".
Did you kiss him
Tall.
immediate? I would have kissed him immediate.
He didn't feel the way about me that I was
felt,
feeling about
yeah.
him.
Do you guys remember
Ain't that some shit?
at Hamlin Elementary School, we would set up traps for the leprechauns? Did you guys do that?
Yeah.
Okay, we moved to that town when I was already in like 5th grade, so I didn't do the cute stuff.
Gabe didn't have as whimsical a childhood as we did.
Bro,
No.
Setting up traps, and then you catch them, and there'd be like chocolate gold.
That's
gold
what I'm
coins,
saying.
and
That's
then-
what they do.
cute.
They bring chocolate gold coins.
That's cute. So that's why you guys have this understanding of leprechauns.
Yeah.
Sorry, little.
mythological.
That's why you guys have this understanding of
When
little
I-
mythologicals and I don't.
Went to Iceland years ago. I
Oh yeah.
was hanging out with a friend there
Can you hold your mic a little bit lower?
who's Icelandic, and she would tell me like we'd be getting ready in the morning, and I'd be like, "Do you have a hairbrush?" And she'd be like, "I had one, but then the elves took it." And we were like in our 20s, and I would be like, "Oh," and she'd be like, "Yeah, I don't know where it is." And the vibe over there about elves and trolls is like,
They're real.
it's awesome.
They're real and they're
And if
They're
I
real and
remember
they're-
correctly, if I remember correctly, we'd be driving down the street and there'd be certain rocks that she would be like, well, that one's a troll.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And if you've seen Frozen, you know that that's literally
It's a
true.
bit of a fixer.
It's
yeah.
what a crazy song, huh? Wait,
Yeah.
what's how does that it's just a bit of a fixer upper. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Yeah. Lin-Manuel Miranda over here.
Wait, so if you,
Okay.
if you lose something in Iceland, you blame it on the elves.
The elves, yeah. Or trolls, yeah.
Or like if you get too drunk, you blame it on the elves.
On the what? The beer elves?
Well, they overserved me.
The
elves overserved me.
You. Yeah, that's it. Totally. Anyway, point is, I think
Officer, the elves.
Officer was the elves.
Remember when we learned, officer, I'm not as thick as you drunk I am.
And we
thought it was so funny.
Laugh.
Honest officer.
Do you have a laugh button?
I think when Dad used to...
I'm not as thick as you drunk I am.
I think when Dad used to do it, he used to...
Do you remember that one video that went viral in like 2008 of the guy getting pulled over for the DOI test? And he's like, and now you do a barrel roll.
Yes, it's from Reno 911.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the hitch kick and the barrel roll.
Step,
He's like,
step,
bump.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, yeah, are you a trained dancer? And he's like, nah, I'm just drunk. It's a great clip.
Yeah.
They brought back Reno 911 and then they canceled it again.
Sorry,
Reno
those
911.
People. Sorry to those people.
Sorry to those
Speaking
people.
of being little...
Just an absolute desperate grab at a segue. Just a desperate grab at a segue.
Let me do it.
Speaking of being little.
No, we were talking about chasing down leprechauns in school. And I was recently thinking about how when I was in elementary school, you would bring a snack to school if it was your birthday. You know what I'm talking about?
This was importante.
And many years in a row, my mother, Andrea Gibbs, agreed, because I asked her to bring root beer floats to my classroom for my birthday.
Bro, that is
Next level
banging.
momming.
It's incredible.
Root
I'm
beer
trying to
floats?
think. I'm trying to think. Is that a cool mom hack where like that's actually easier?
No, it's
I think
difficult,
that's actually
and
miserably hard.
Mom's awesome. She would literally
Because
like
it has to be frozen.
imagine being
you
in
have to
third
scoop
grade
every single one. Fuck.
and you're doing your times tables, and then someone drops an ice cold root beer float on your desk.
Bro.
Nothing could ever be better than that.
Yeah.
Nothing could ever be better than that. Actually, you know the memory I just had, speaking of bringing snacks to school? When Annie, our sister, was in elementary school, she decided she wanted to give beef sticks away as Valentine's.
She's
Slim
in the room right
Jims.
now, off camera.
She wanted to give Slim Jims away as Valentine's. And
Slim Jims as Valentine's is incredible.
It's such a power
It's
move.
a lean protein. It's just really thoughtful for your macros.
She's in second grade and she's like, I'm fucking bulking up,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. She's
And
looking for a lean
She
bulk.
made mom's idea was to buy these little like to-go cups for sauces. So every kid got 2 sauces to dip their Slim Jim in. It was like mustard and barbecue or something.
Mustard on a beat.
And mom took the time of filling up all these little sauce containers with all these little Slim Jims and gave them away to this elementary class for Valentine's Day.
That's so thoughtful. She was working too hard.
She was working too hard.
Working too
guys remember
hard, bro.
When they would order McDonald's for everyone, like once
What?
a year.
What?
Once a year, we would all get like McDonald's in the classroom, and it was like electric.
That would be electric.
And I never forgot Ben Compton. Shout out Ben Compton.
Shout out Ben Compton.
I am seeing him this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Put me onto the sweet and sour. I remember being like a first grader, and Ben Compton tell me about the sweet and sour, and he was allergic to everything. Shout out Ben Compton.
Shout out Ben Compton. Sweet and sour has never been my sauce at McDonald's.
Should you sing a sauce song about what your sauce is?
Should I sing a sauce song about what my sauce is? You just want to hear about what my sauce is. Gosh.
Ew.
Ooh.
You like it?
We're thinking about the sauce.
Thinking about the sauce.
We're singing about the sauce.
We're singing about the sauce.
Ow.
Singing about the sauce. I actually don't know my sauce.
For me, it's buffalo sauce and ranch. You dip it in one, then you dip it again.
Now, you double dip it in a sauce and a ranch. You got the double dip ranch.
If you give me barbecue sauce, I will barf. I hate that stuff. Don't give me barbecue sauce.
Why do you hate barbecue sauce?
'Cause it tastes like something that I do not want.
Okay, the only sauce that matters to me is the only sauce that should matter to anyone is the sauce from Chick-fil-A.
Not a McDonald's sauce.
Oh, I forgot we were limited to McDonald's.
Yeah, because if we were allowed to pick any sauce in the world, I would be picking like vodka sauce from a
Fancy
pastaria
Italian restaurant.
in Rome.
Yeah.
If we're talking any sauce available.
Okay, well, it's not a huge stretch to go from McDonald's sweet and sour to Chick-fil-A sauce. It is, however, a big stretch to go to a pastaria in Rome. Is that what they call them?
Have you guys ever been to Italy?
No, famously, we have not been to Italy. And Allie teases us about not going to Italy.
Can I tell you guys something really
all the
embarrassing
time.
that happened? Yesterday, I was sitting with some friends at a coffee shop, and a friend of theirs walked up and introduced herself, and she's Italian, this girl. And she was like most people from Italy that you meet, gorgeous, stunning, incredibly cool, vibey person. And
Like most people from Italy that you meet.
straight up, I felt it coming out of my mouth and I couldn't stop it. And I knew it was stupid, but I was like this. I just went to Italy.
Yeah.
I just went to Italy. The pasta was amazing, is what I said.
Bro, embarrassing.
She said, I'm from Milan. And I was like, oh, I've been to Italy. I had pasta there.
That is like someone.
Can you
Flip
believe
that.
I said that?
Flip that, and you are you
No.
in
You can't.
Italy,
You
and
can't.
someone is like, and
You
you're
can't
like, I
flip
just
it
got
because it's
here.
endearing. If someone was like, I went to Detroit and I had a Coney dog, I'd be like, no way, hell yeah.
No, because she's not even from where you went. So it'd be like, I'm here, I'm from LA, and she'd be like, I went to Fort Worth and went to a rodeo. You'd be like, okay,
I'd be like, yeehaw.
yeehaw, I guess. It is crazy.
Yeah, no, it was really embarrassing what I did. And it was one of those moments where in real time, I knew it was embarrassing and it just kept happening.
You just can't stop yourself. I went to our
Italy.
one of our hot artist boys that we know and went to college with, Oren, handsome boy. One of his
We talk
hot
about him a lot.
artist friends. We went to his show. He's a ceramicist. He like makes tiles and vases and whatever. And as we've talked about on the pod before, I did ceramics for a split second, and it was the same shit. I was at this man's like big opening of his gallery
I'm
of his
so
thing.
glad I wasn't there for what you're about to say.
And similar, you're so embarrassed.
This is horrible.
Having the thought, you're embarrassed as the words come out of your mouth,
Right.
and you're embarrassed when you say it. You're embarrassed on the drive home, and I'm
Right.
embarrassed as I say it now. But
Right.
I met this artist boy who hundreds and hundreds of people were at this man's opening.
Right. He's good at what he does and he's different than you.
And I walked up and was like, man, this is so great. You know, I do a little bit of pottery, and this is like,
gosh.
it's just like enough for me to know how incredible yours is. Fantastic.
And then you said this. And then you said, yeah, man, I do a bit of pottery. And then outside there were sirens.
No, literally.
Sir, you're under arrest
Sir, you're
for
under
being
arrest
humiliating.
for being so unbelievably embarrassing.
dense, bro.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That
Stupido.
That stinks. That's also
Literally.
like I have some like when
And like,
I
what is this Italian girl supposed to do? And what is this artist boy supposed to do? They're just like,
no. What's
"Oh,
worse?
Yeah.
What's worse is that they humored us.
Yes, that's what's
worse is that
terrible.
they were gracious. I wish she would have looked at me and been like, "Yeah, Rome's different than Milan.
You idiot.
Glad you had a good vacation.
Glad you had a good vacation, you stupid American." And I wish he would have been like, I'm sure what we do is not the same. I'm
He
sure
said-
what we do is
I wish-
not the same.
I wish he would have said this. Oh, did you make a plate?
Yeah. I wish he would have said, oh, did you make a little mug, huh?
Oh, did you make a little love vase for your wife?
You made a little vase? Cool, bro.
Maybe we're too critical of ourselves and we're self-hating, and those people actually really did like our bids for connection.
You know what? Nice.
I'm rounding a corner on this one. We're being adorable.
We're being adorable, as we often do on this STEM podcast.
Yeah.
So when I was in college in Boston, Massachusetts, it was St. Patty's Day, the day of St. Patty. And Boston, obviously, big town for St. Patty's Day, very Irish.
Irish? Boston's Irish?
Famous.
I thought it was
What's the name of their basketball team?
the Boston Celtic.
Yeah.
And what's a Celtic?
What's the logo of the Celtic?
A guy.
What is he?
Pale.
Oh. He a leprechaun.
A Celtic is leprechaun?
Yeah.
Is it Celtic?
Is he not just a fighting Irish guy?
All right. Same thing, I think.
What is a Celtic?
Did you say all of that off mic?
Yeah. Grant
Is he
asked.
not a fighting Irish guy?
He might. Yeah, I don't know what he is, but
Because
he's.
leprechauns are not necessarily fighting Irish guy.
Yeah, you're right. Leprechauns are mythical creatures. Fighting Irish are probably actually a real. McGregor. Dude, that guy.
I like
Conti
him.
Migrante.
Wait, are we supposed to like him? Are we supposed to not like him?
I think he's maybe a bad guy. He did some bad stuff. Oh, he did some canceled stuff. Whatever. We won't give him too much
Okay,
airtime.
I don't like
there
him then.
was a person I know who thought they were dating him, like they were being catfished by someone who's pretending to be Conti Migrante.
Can I tell you? Never mind.
Okay. So Boston, Massachusetts, 2012.
Okay.
11.
Most assuredly a drunken evening and even daytime.
So this was either the day, I think it was St. Patty's Day, which was a day off.
Right.
So all the college students were drunky.
Yeah.
And there is a Dunkin' Donuts attached to one of the dormitories at Emerson College at this time. It's no longer a Dunkin' Donuts, by the way. It's a, not a tartine, but it's like, an even more upscale tartine. It's like fancy.
That's
like
horrible.
Zendaya went there. I know.
Zendaya went to the place that used to be Dunkin' Donuts on our old college campus.
That was such good podcasting. Zendaya did go to the thing that used to be a Dunkin' Donuts at our old college campus, which was a building of dorms at the college that we went to. That at the time we used to have like the fire alarm would go off so often.
You
and
know
most
how cute
of the time,
those memories are, though, of all of us in our pajamas standing
like
on
shuffling
Boylston
out,
Street.
yeah,
and
shuffling out.
everyone there is your friend.
Yes.
At least for me,
But it was often
popular.
It was often the Dunkin' Donuts had burnt a bagel or
That's true.
something.
They were
and
sort
so
of-
we had to evacuate the entire dorm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, so St. Patty's Day, 2011-ish,
Yeah.
2011, maybe 12. This boy.
This is an audio art form.
I burped away from the microphone.
We heard it.
Okay. This boy was so drunk, and also maybe other substances, that we saw him run through the window of the Dunkin' Donuts. He smashed through the window of the Dunkin' Donuts out onto the sidewalk under the scaffolding. Anyone who went to Emerson.
No, this poor baby
Under the
boy.
scaffolding, turned and ran. And as the story goes,
Do you
the
think he
police
was
had to chase
embarrassed?
him down.
No.
I think he was out of his mind, but the window was fully busted out at the, I don't know.
He sounds strong.
I know. I don't know if he did it with his body or if he did it with one of the little Dunkin' Donuts chairs in there or something. I think he might have picked up a chair.
Why is that
and
even
smashed.
funnier to smash through the Dunkin'
He was
Donuts?
so drunk and high and like
He sounds awesome.
doing whatever.
Do you know where he is now?
Sure don't.
Damn.
And
Probably
that-
the CEO of
And that
something.
man is the CEO of
Google.
Gooks. That man
I hope
is-
I never learn who the CEO of Google is, and I just keep claiming it's all these other people.
Yeah. I don't know who the CEO. Why would we, the two of us,
I mean,
know who the CEO of Google
not
is?
to expose myself, but I do.
No,
work
but
in
you
tech.
should.
I
You
should know.
You don't necessarily need to know.
Yeah,
You
I
work tech adjacent.
should.
You work tech adjacent.
I work in tech.
You work in tech like the guy who makes boat parts on shore works in sailing. Do you know what I mean? Adjacent.
Excuse me?
Adjacent.
I work in tech like the way someone wears a turtleneck and goes to an office and a tech job every day.
You don't work in tech.
Like Steve
No.
Jobs.
You work for a tech company.
Yep. Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it. You work for a tech company. You don't work in tech. You don't do a tech job.
Not only do I work in tech at a tech job, I am what is considered to be a woman in STEM. And not only that, not only am I an official, look on my LinkedIn, woman in STEM. Please don't look at my LinkedIn. I also have a STEM podcast. I'm a scientist and a doctor. I know a lot about science. I work in technology field and I know a lot about tech. I have the source of knowledge for most of these things. Don't bother to go to your doctor. Just ask me what I think. I have a lot of knowledge that you go to school for.
Pretty tough environment in this episode today. We're doing our little best each and every day.
Why are we in a tough environment? I'm having the time of my life. Is it because I said that thing about existential dread?
We did start off heavy.
If I cannot be honest in this space with my 2 brothers, 3 microphones, and 2 cameras, where can I be honest?
When are we getting more cameras?
Why do we need more cameras? So you can see up my nose?
Angles.
Pass.
Angles.
Pass. This angle's bad enough for me. Thanks. Pass. I'm good with the 1 camera. Thanks. I'm all good with the 1 camera.
No, we could dial it in. We could dial it in. It'd be better.
What I want at all times, not to get serious again.
Oh boy.
But what I want at all times is for people to be thinking, wow, what a beautiful girl.
At all times.
And I worry that more cameras would not elicit that response.
I think not only are you beautiful.
Thanks.
But I would even say stunning.
This is going to take a turn.
Gorgeous. Thoughtful.
What?
Leader of people. A caretaker of friends.
I'm
a mother to your dog.
I'm like trying to figure out where this is going to take a turn.
One of my favorite humans in the whole wide world. And now, I'd like you to rank the brothers.
Okay. I was wondering, because surely he wasn't just complimenting me for the sake of sharing his thoughts and feelings about his oldest friend. But he was hoping that I would rank him first. This week's ranking of the brothers is here. This week's ranking of the brothers is here. And you're gonna be shocked by this one. You're not gonna believe where I go with this one. Well, you will never believe it. Who I say is number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 brother this week is Gabe.
Whoa!
I've been meaning to ask you
for a favor. Is this leading to a...
I have to go to Seattle for work.
No, stop.
And I need someone to watch my dog, please.
I live in San Diego.
Ow! Chat, can anyone watch my dog while I'm in Seattle for work in a couple of weeks?
Aren't you sending your creature to the desert with
when
Mom
I'm
and Dad?
in New York for work next week?
Oh, geez,
But then I'm going to Seattle for work,
you
and
should
I'm
just
a
give
single...
up the dog.
Excuse me, the light of my life?
Can't you bring him?
To Seattle?
Yeah.
Me and Biggie in a bag. Headed off to Seattle.
You and Biggie in a bag.
Someone needs to carry this bag. Who's going to carry the bag?
Both of you in a bag. Who's going to carry the boats?
No, Biggie be goesing in a bag lately.
Biggie be goesing in a bag.
Biggie be goesing in a bag lately because he's so drunken sailor in the way that he walks. that I don't have the patience to walk at the world's most glacial pace every time I take him somewhere. So he be going in a bag now.
Oh, okay. Subject shift.
Can he go with you?
To Seattle? No, because I'm going to be
Why?
in meetings all day.
So?
In purse?
In purse. That's why I'm going to Seattle. Imagine I fly to Seattle to be in meetings on my
Yeah, I guess you're right. But could you leave him in the bag?
I don't think I could bring him into the office.
Oh, it's like it's not on a set. You can't just like.
No, I'm not on set. No, I'm doing like work.
Oh, work.
Yeah.
So one of my new friends at this job that I've been doing, this theater job, this job takes place in San Diego, as we've said before.
We've said that, yeah.
Just below San Diego is Mexico.
Totally. Heard of it.
Tijuana.
Right.
And a bunch of the people were like, should we hey to all our viewers in Mexico. Some of the cast was like, should we go take a trip to Mexico?
This is
whatever.
people who don't live in California.
So this girl in the cast with me, she's fantastic at her job. She's very good. Super cool. She's local. So I was like, oh, what's the vibes? We might be going to this bar tonight. What's the place to be? Whatever. What about Tijuana? And she was like, well, you need a driver. You should do this. She's like, but I'm there quite a lot. My dentist is in Tijuana.
Oh, cool.
And I said, everyone shut the fuck up. The only thing I want to hear about now
is your dentist
is
in
this
Tijuana.
Girl's dentist is in Tijuana.
When you think about it,
How cool is that?
When you
like
think about it,
that's what she said.
Growing up in Detroit, we could have had dentists in Canada.
We could have.
We could have had a dentist in Canada, eh?
Literally, this girl, she was like, my dentist. She's like, you want to get facials? You want to do anything medical or spa or anything like that? Anything.
Are you going to get a BBL while you're in San Diego?
Girl, I'm about to get a BBL.
I'm
about to go down and get cheeked up.
Can I tell you?
I'm about to go get cheeked up for this show.
Can I tell you?
And I'm going to charge it to my business card because it's for the show.
If I saw you
with a BBL, bro.
And it was revealed to me that you had gone down to Mexico and gotten a BBL.
Okay. Yep. If
the way I would never stop giggling for the rest of my time on this earth.
No, be honest, it would be concern. It would be concern.
I would be a little bit worried.
You'd be like, why the hell did he feel like he needed to get a BBL for
I would
what?
say, can you tell me what was the thought process for you getting a BBL? But then I would be like, Gabe, you've never been funnier.
You've never been?
You finally, to me, you're funny.
Finally, to me,
you
hilarity.
With the BBL is peak.
It is wackadoo.
I want to see a skinny white dude with a BBL.
Bro.
Gabe can make it happen.
Bro.
He's so close to Tijuana
I'm so close to Tijuana.
It's probably like $50 and then you can just get it removed after.
No, it's not $50 and you can't get
it removed after.
Please chat. You could in theory.
But how cool is that? When she said,
really cool.
My dentist is in Mexico. I'm like, of course.
I met a girl last night.
Why would you not?
I met a girl last night from Toronto and I said, oh, so basically the Midwest. And she was like, totally.
I accept that.
Yeah, she was like,
I accept that.
Me, I feel a kinship with...
To Canadians. Agree.
Yeah.
Michigan is Canada.
And I wonder if
Canada
people who live in
Midwest.
Encinitas feel a kinship to Mexico. They probably do because you're so close.
Yeah. Well, California is Mexico.
And when you think about it, not to get political on this STEM podcast, but a border is a man-made thing.
Amen.
We have the same weather even as these people. I talked to Mom on the phone this morning. She's visiting Grandpa in Denver. And I was on the phone with them. They were on their way to church. This is speaking of a churchy sound. They were on their way to church and it was 8:20 a.m. And Grandpa said, we've arrived to church kind of early. We're in the car. And I said, really? What time is church? And Grandpa said, 9 a.m. And Mom said, yep, we're 40 minutes early to church. Grandpa brought Mom to church 40 minutes early so she could meet his friends.
Aw, that's sweet.
Isn't that cute? But also
tough.
That's a really long time to stand in the parking lot of a Baptist church in Denver and meet Grandpa's friends. friends. Mom is such a good
Each truck
sport.
that pulls up is another guy who's the same, who says, it's nice to meet you, and then tells you a story you've already heard about your own dad.
Yeah.
For 40 minutes you stand there and smile, listening to these people and sipping terrible coffee.
This is starting to sound like Les Miserables.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is Les Miserables, you know what I mean. You were about to start something different. You were about to start... Yeah.
What do you sip on before service at Mormon church?
Oh, I
'Cause
think...
it's not coffee.
I think...
Decaf?
Oh, is it decaf? Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot Mormons don't do caffeine.
There's a little bit of caffeine in decaf.
So
What's the?
Hey,
is there a little buffer?
Oh, yeah. Is the church cool with a little bit of
Is there a
caffeine?
buffer? Can we have chocolate?
Can we have chocolate?
Chocolate has caffeine.
Chocolate has
technically,
caffeine
a little
in
bit.
What?
A little
yeah,
bit.
that's why I'm always so freaking buzzed.
Because you always having chocolate.
Chocolate chips in
Like,
my
is-
pocket every day for a snack. Chocolate chips in my kitchen every day for a snack. I need chocolate, otherwise I don't work. I need chocolate, otherwise you won't see me there. I have chocolate in my purse and glove box of my car. I love the stuff, and it's got caffeine, which makes me power up.
Incredible. Incredible. That came from a deep place in you about how you need chocolate to fuel your day.
Does
Yeah.
the Lord give us a 10 milligram buffer?
That is a great question.
May He grant us a 10
May
milligram
he
buffer.
grant us a little Millie Buff. Yes.
Millie Buff, guys.
Millie Buff. Wasn't she the star of Stranger Things? Okay.
Millie Buffy Brown.
Millie Buffy Brown. 10 Millie Grammy Brown.
Okay, speaking of annoying, I want to talk this podcast episode about pet peeves.
Oh, pet peeves. Absolute.
Do you guys have them?
Of course.
And what is the difference between a pet peeve and a sort of big problem going on in your brain? I'll give an example.
Okay. Lead us there.
Chewing has always made me angry beyond consolation.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And I'm not even an angry, grumpy person.
I think that's a
but the sound
diagnosable
of
that's
thing.
like a thing.
Yeah.
The sound of chewing is to me
There's
like
a name for it.
it
This is a
makes-
STEM podcast, and we are aware that that is a
my
real
brain
disease.
cells are exploding. I can't control my anger. I'm feeling horrible bad. And I remember my high school boyfriend, if you wanted to eat carrots or an apple, used to leave the room to do it so that I didn't yell. I'm so sorry. Now, one
Uh-huh.
time I was on an airplane and there was a little boy.
Okay.
So you're not letting us.
I was going to
answer
say, we brought up a topic. We brought up a whole subject. Keep going.
There was a little boy sitting behind me chewing gum, and it was making me so irate. This was before noise canceling headphones. It was making me so irate. I'll never forget it. My blood was boiling at this young man who wasn't doing anything wrong, chewing gum, which you're supposed to do on a plane. And what I wanted to know was, is that a pet peeve or is that an issue with my brain? And do you guys have this?
I think the chewing thing exists for real. That is a known entity.
And you think I have it?
It sounds like it.
Totally.
I think you think you have it, which means you have it. Right.
Right. Not
And
always.
the boy on the plane. Here's the thing. On a plane, dude, I think you have an extreme sensitivity to it, but people are just annoying on planes. It's just too much humanity crammed into a metal tube.
And these people, they stink. And they sound. These people on planes,
Stink.
they all stink.
They all be stinking. Okay, here's my pet peeve. Yes, I do have a pet peeve. Everybody's got pet peeves. Here's one that I had this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I got home and Lauren had made bread, which was very cool. She's obsessed with making bread these days.
She's a spectacular woman.
A spectacular lady. She had started making bread, and I got home, and the bread loaf had been cut. You know, she'd cut some slices off,
A little sideways.
and she cut it sideways, dude. She cut it like it's not perfectly straight up and down. So like the bread has a little Mount Crumpet to it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's kind of like it's got a little ledge on it.
Totally.
It makes me crazy.
What about if cheese does this?
Cheese too. Like if you're cutting something
Yeah.
from the fridge and putting it back in the fridge, like cheese, bread. Those are the only two examples I can think
Other
of.
kinds of bread,
Other kinds of
cheese.
bread and other kinds of cheese. If you're cutting that and you're not cutting it right down, straight down, it feels grosser. Do you know what I'm saying?
Grosser.
Like-
Actually, no, I don't know what you're saying, but it just reminded me that I don't like lipstick stains on the side of glasses.
Yeah,
Gross.
that's gross. You mean if it's not yours or if anybody's drinking and they...
In general, even if it's mine.
Grant, do you have any pet peeve?
It may be a touchy one.
Oh,
Great.
no.
Great.
The crispy R's driving me cuckoo.
Can you describe what a crispy R is for
Well,
us?
we actually had a clip recently on the channel.
For the listener, I'm rolling my eyes all the way around my head. So far, they might get stuck. Say goodbye to my pupils.
Goodbye to your
So-
pupils.
Normal people would describe the sandwich and they would call it a burger, right?
Uh-huh.
Burger.
But if you're doing this whole crispy R thing, you go a burger.
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 Yeah, it comes from
Burger.
Kardashianing a little bit. It's a little bit attached to vocal fry, and it's
You're
burger.
you're
Crispy
attaching it to the
burger.
Kardashians, but I actually think
Burger.
it's just like a California Valley thing. That
Burger.
It's just also the way the
Crispy,
Kardashians talk.
crispy
Burger.
Heart. I actually can't do it right now. I'd have to hear it again.
Burger.
But
Yeah, we'll
the
have
crispy
to-
R's.
We'll have to cite our sources and
Krispy Kreme.
yeah.
Okay,
Krispy
I'm
Kreme.
not doing it that egregiously.
The way you said burger, people can look at the Instagram page. Did you notice the little Easter egg I put in that clip? Actually?
Yeah, did you see it?
No,
Grant, go back and look.
I
On a
don't really
clip-
watch our videos, to be honest,
on a
because
clip called Smasher Pass Smash.
right.
That little clip.
Burger. Oh, that's
When-
that's what it is. Burger.
When
I did not say burger.
Yes, you did. Burger.
when you say the word burger, there's a tiny little piece of text that says crispy R with a little asterisk on it when you say burger.
I didn't
Grant
watch
took
that.
the extra 20 minutes to add. Probably not 20. But
Imagine it takes him 20 minutes.
But that's my problem. And should I dive in deep as to why I'm annoyed with it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
But I agree that sometimes people have speech tics that are like, why are you doing that?
it's annoying because it's new.
Oh, okay. I hear what you're
They
saying.
weren't always talking like this.
People
And then
weren't
all
always
of a sudden
talking-
You're crisping these R's, right? Like,
Yeah,
and are you insinuating
yeah.
Are you insinuating that people that are doing it on purpose?
Great
No.
question. Great question.
No.
But it just feels like it's infiltrating humanity in this way.
it's like you're so impressionable. You'd be talking different now.
Okay. One to talk. So,
I guess everyone does that.
yeah.
Everybody does that. Everybody talks like the people
I don't know,
who
but
are around them.
I think there's actually similar to the chewing thing. When I hear it, I'm not kidding. I
Makes
get
you
up-
mad.
an involuntary like, ooh.
Makes you, yeah.
No, not mad.
Physical.
It's like, ooh, that hurt.
Physical.
Ooh.
Doesn't like it, like nails on a chalkboard.
Literally. No, like involuntary. Like the in Severance, the Britt Lauer, what her name is.
I don't know
She
her
plays
name.
Hallie in Severance. She has a lot of crispy R's in that show.
And it's making you, it's
And
pulling you
making
out of
me-
the show.
Yeah.
I'd just like to point out that you are not absolved from talking like the people that you're around and talking like the people that you admire.
He agrees.
Totally.
He agrees.
That's all I'll say.
That's all I'll say. And we'll leave it at that.
And we'll leave it at that, chat.
Hey.
That's all I'll say today.
The beginning of a song that never.
This is the end.
I love. That's all I'll say today. Silence. Very good. Very, very good. Oh
I
my
just
gosh.
fear that if I were to say more, we'd have a marshmallow gate. all over again.
Yeah, we can't have that. That was a whole
guys,
episode of fighting.
I bought more marshmallows for my freezer recently.
Great job.
But
Stocking
then
up
I promptly used them all to make Rice Krispie treats for my friend who was saying that she wanted Rice Krispie treats. And I cut a Rice Krispie treat, Rice Krispie treat. Help! Treep! Rice Krispie treat! Crap! Treep! Rice Krispie treat!
That was crazy.
I cut it in the shape of a heart for her, and I covered it in chocolate.
That's
and now I
cute.
need more marshmallows.
That's cute. Aw, who'd you do that for?
My friend Gracie.
Gracie.
She was visiting from London.
Shout out, Gracie.
Shout out, Gracie.
Shout
she
out.
does not listen. I love you, girl.
Okay, I'm not gonna say, yeah. Oh my gosh. Lauren listened the other day to the episode where we talked about how
How she doesn't listen?
she doesn't listen. The episode where we're like, my wife will never listen to this podcast.
What's so funny about that too is that it can be assumed by her that we say that in every episode. We
Yes.
talk about her in every episode.
Because you want to know what she's gonna do? Never listen again.
Right, totally.
She listened and she was like, you know what? They're right.
She was
I
like,
don't need
You
to
know
listen
what?
to this.
Thanks. Actually, in that episode, I think we're like, Lauren, you
Girl,
don't have to listen.
you
girl.
don't gotta listen.
You're
we love
absolved of that, girl.
you. Adios.
Adios, girl.
Adios.
I'm gonna bake tonight with some friends.
Fun.
Poll of the brothers. What do you think I should bake?
You know what I haven't had in a long time? A good brownie.
You know what I thought of that had nothing to do with what you just said?
Okay. It's like, why am I even here? Do you know what I mean? We ask questions. She doesn't want the answer. She just wants to go, okay, now, bullshit. I talk. Bullshit. I talk.
Monkey bread.
I was gonna say that.
Oh.
I haven't had that in 10 years.
Monkey
Bread.
bread.
Dude, that shit's just cinnamon rolls, huh?
It's
It's just a mush of cinnamon
even
rolls.
better.
No, agree.
It's even better because it's. Oh, actually, I could make cinnamon rolls. I think I have all the ingredients for that.
Yeah, but make monkey bread, dude.
Monkey bread goes so crazy. Goes
Have we
so
ever made
hard.
chocolate monkey bread?
It exists. You just have to put chocolate chips.
Come on now.
Come on now. You and Lauren should come over after your date tonight to have whatever
Yeah, that's
I bake.
what we want to do. We want to go out on a date, and then after the date, go hang out with you and your friends.
Hey, that's really cute. It's gonna be me and Hannah. She actually does listen. Hi, Hannah. It's gonna
Hannah
be
Lee?
me and yes, it's gonna
Hannah
be
Lee
me
listens?
and Hannah. Yeah, isn't that
Hi,
so
Hannah.
nice? It's gonna be me and Hannah baking monkey bread. You stop by my house and you're like this. I'll have some monkey bread, and we're like, hey, and we chit chat. We tell some stories from the week,
Okay.
and then you go home. That's a darling Sunday evening.
Okay, you're right.
And I'll leave us with this.
You know what? Oh, I had something to leave us with.
Okay, you do it actually, because mine is not that good.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I did a quick little reading. And by quick little reading, I mean I saw one little Instagram about this from The Atlantic.
Orikoi. Did you just read the headline, or did you read anybody anywhere?
I, in fact, didn't even read the headline.
Period.
I watched a woman describe the article. This is so devastating that this is the state of writing. The
As
writer
long as we
had
admit-
to describe the article in
As
a
long
video.
as we admit to what we've engaged with.
She's like, Americans are this and blah, 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 blah. And sorry I'm being annoying, but I wrote an article about da 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 da. And in the article, I talk about da da da, right?
Cool.
So
Da-da-da.
didn't even da da da. Very Ice Spice.
In the article, I talk about da-da-da.
She's talking about how Americans need to party more. The loneliness epidemic it's like this. I was like, oh, I'm very into this. She's like, a place where you can, she's like, are you wishing you had a place where you didn't have to schedule all these different hangouts and you could hang out with your friends, your coworkers that you're trying to get to know better, where you could hook your single friends up with your other single friends, where you could. And I was like, oh yeah, parties, dude.
Yeah.
Parties, but
The
not
death
like
of the third place.
Hey,
right?
chat.
yeah.
Hey, chat.
I want more.
I
of
never
this.
stopped going to parties.
I know, but I want daytime parties because I'm too
That's okay.
sleepy. I
Those
want
exist.
I want like come over
Those
around noon.
exist.
I want come over around noon. We vibe until the evening, and then when people get sleepy around
know
7,
what I've been
go
thinking?
home.
You know what I've been thinking about that we should do? We should do like hosting a coffee shop at our houses. Like say like on Saturday from like 10 to 2, I'm going to be making coffee and pastries and whatever. People roll through. We send out a particle.
So that's just like a rebranding of a brunch.
No, because it's just coffee, and people can come in and grab coffee, or they can sit and chat, whatever. But it's like an open house. It's like as if a coffee shop, but it's free, and it's all people who are vetted to be awesome and cool.
Great.
Which
we
is
love awesome
all the
and
people
cool.
I know.
And you know who else is awesome and cool? Any single person who has made it through this episode of Mom Said. Thank you so much for listening.
We love you. We love you. We think you're hot and cool.
So
you don't
hot,
need an BBL.
so cool.
You're
don't
perfect
need a
the way you are.
You're perfect the way you are.
Hot and cool, that's you. I bet you have a job and you do it well. And your boss is proud, or your boss is stupid, and we don't care what they think.
And we
Anyway,
don't care what they think.
Screw
anyway.
your boss,
Screw
they
your boss.
never matter.
They never even matter. Screw
They
your
never
boss.
even matter. Screw your boss. Hey, screw your boss.
Hey, everyone at home.
Have the best week of your life.
And screw your boss.
Quit your job.
Quit your job.
And live life to the
fullest. Thank you so much. We appreciate you listening. This has been another episode of Mom Said. We'll catch you next week. Until forever. Podcast or die.
Podcast or die. Bye. We gotta go.
We gotta go.